Yeah. Well, I'm one of the 1-1 who was 1-0, but as you can see by my one, it wasn't
Well,
as
I'm the one in ones who won week 2. So here we are in the Yesnaby
Yesnaby
Division 2
Division. The Orkney
for the
Orcas
East.
157 against the Yorkshire Finns 175. Fawcett Fighting Gophers 197 against the 208 Warren of the Goonies. Bankfoot Panthers 218-34 against the Newcastle Buccaneers 152-86. The Solihull Sharks 177-98 against 197-72 Harrow Harlequins. The Newcastle Colts almost 2-0, 205.69 against 168.42 Whitehall White Tigers. Oh, you must have had your third highest because the Godalming Goats got 270.84 against 183.98 Stockholm Bengals. Martin, I'm going to get you kicked out of the league if you carry on with this shit, man.
So an absolute doing.
Yeah.
So
Go on then, let's
an
get on with
absolute
it.
doing there.
Yeah. Well, I got beat by 20,
So
less
is
than
this
20
a
points. I didn't exactly get a doing. This is my one. So,
so
well,
what happened here then, Johnny? Because you were massive last week, weren't you? You scored really well last week. Where's the
well
difference been?
obviously, well, George Jaden Reed didn't do much. I
Okay.
shouldn't have played him. He
Well,
was on, he said, Cooper Cup, he went out. I had to stick Slayton in because somebody else went out. Dalton Schultz, not much again. I might just have to give up on Samuel, to be honest. Obviously, I lost. Was it Ingram I lost there? I had to put Atkins in really quick to try and find a tight end at the
oh, so
thing
you
with
did, yes. You
McPherson.
lost Ingram
My
as well,
defenders
yeah.
did
So
good.
difficult week.
But yeah, I managed to pick up
Difficult
Hunt.
week, Johnny. Show me
So,
your bench. Show me your bench.
so got.
So yeah, you've got Wilson
I
there.
picked up Hunt
You've
when I
got
dropped
Wilson there
off
on the bench.
a player. Yeah, I had Johnson did
Right,
nothing.
yeah. I
Stafford,
mean,
Wilson did nothing.
well,
Sutton
Hunt's
did
in
nothing.
Kansas,
Johnson
isn't he?
didn't get a catch. Kakonkwa, yeah. It was not Wilson. Yeah, he didn't do much. He gave 6 points still, but yeah, it was a bit. I couldn't really do much more else than get stuck in, but I think I just
You can play Wilson, though. You can play Sutton. You know, you can play a Conco. You know, these guys are players that you can put in. Yeah, they're going to not score you well some weeks, but they're going to score you well some weeks as well. So it's
yeah, just this week none of them did
you've
this
got
week.
at
So
least some. You've got decent enough players there on the bench, you know, to come in and cover. But I get what you know, losing Cup's massive, and Reed
yeah.
is nothing until Love comes back. You know, Reed is
Oh, plus
you've got to play
he
him now.
wasn't
You've got no choice.
he almost never played. That's the thing. So I had to chuck him in. Yeah,
We are going to run the ball to death until Love is back. So yeah, that's
Luke's
unfortunate.
lost
You've got to play
Samuel.
that. And I mean,
So we had Marvin Harrison 33.5 points. So I could have done with him the week before.
yes, you could have done
Uh,
with week one
and Henry
Harrison,
the
but
week
yeah, I mean
before.
that's Harrison announcing himself now.
But
And
yeah, it's basically
Jaden Daniels is only going to get better as the season goes on.
yeah,
You know, Jaden Daniels will get, you know, he is going to be a points machine in fantasy with his legs, as Richardson should be if he can just find a
good
small piece
receiver.
of accuracy, you know. But there's a big problem. Travis Kelce, how worried are you with Travis Kelce?
I know he's done nothing the first two games, but he had
I mean,
does he have 3 targets for 1 for 5 yards? But yeah,
it's worrying, and he's my problem as well. And OrkneyBowl, I've got him sitting there, but I'm really worried about
yeah,
Kelsey now. I'm
Henry.
just not sure as
Yeah, Cup's injured unfortunately. He went out pretty early in the game, but hopefully it won't be, unless Martin's right, it's not an IR. It might just be a couple of weeks. But even if it's IR, it's 4 weeks. Is it 4 weeks for IR?
well, I mean, it
Or is
might
that
be
Cup?
season. I don't know. It can be
So,
season, but I
yeah.
wouldn't if he's in your waivers. I would try and pick him up in case it's not season, unless it is definitely is season. I don't know if it's been announced, but
Oh yeah,
certainly.
it's definitely. So I'll pick him up.
He's certainly injured, 100% he's injured. But I mean, Kelsey, for me, I think they're going to have to throw the ball. I think they're going to just abandon the run game. They might just abandon the run game with Patrick Mahomes, you know, and just go to there constantly. So that
Mm.
might help Kelsey. I don't know, but he just seems to have lost a beat, and that's 2 weeks in a row now. And he didn't finish last season very well.
No,
I
until
know
they got
he
to the playoffs.
done okay in the Super Bowl and such, but he didn't finish last season well either. So I am officially worried about Kelsey, I've got to say. But you obviously got to stick by him. You got him now,
Yeah, and he's got on his
as I do,
bench.
you know.
He's got Braylon Allen, Blake
Is
Corum,
that
Hugh
Samuel there
Benson,
as well that's going
yeah,
out?
he's yeah,
Brand,
Samuel.
Brandon Allen there on the bench. That's one that it looks like he can coexist with Brees Hall. So that could be that could be massive for
I
all
think
those
I've got him
Brandon
in a
Allen.
couple
Is
of
it Brandon
dynasties
Allen? I
actually.
think it is.
Braylon Allen, Braylon.
Yeah. So it's
I think.
he's very play. I would say he's playable now. Certainly in games where it's going to be. Who have they got coming up? If it's going to be games that are going to run the ball a lot because they'll be ahead
New
or it'll
England,
be
Denver,
tight, then
Minnesota, Buffalo. Ooh.
yeah, that's three games I've got good chances, very good chances of winning. So I would be
Yeah,
saying that he's very, very startable.
yeah, because Rodgers hasn't looked great, to be honest. But yeah,
No, but
Gus Edwards.
he done enough this week, I guess, but he's not looked brilliant.
Luke might
Using
get
himself
Ferguson
in, I'm
back this
guessing.
week. They're hoping that Ferguson's back this week. That will help him
Do
because
you think
obviously he'll
Russell
probably put him
Wilson
in
comes
instead of
back in
Winnie.
now that do you think
That's
Russell Wilson
that's the
gets
wide
back in
receiver.
now that is that the wide receiver one, is it?
Yeah, that's
Oh, so it is, yeah, sorry.
Roman Wilson, who's not actually been fit to play yet. I think he's just been on out every game. So who we got there?
I do think that Wilson's toast now that they're 2-0 with Fields under the centre, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So the Gadaman goals 270.84. So if you helped, you got Murray,
Yeah,
A Chain, Connor, Lamb, London, Collins, even Andrews 15 points. Isovas, Brown did nothing, but Tucker, Lloyd, Edmonds. But you don't have to when you've got the rest of that team scoring. And Bengals had Richardson,
well, I
the
mean,
Lions team, Etienne, Stevenson. Chase has got to get better. Adams, 30 points for Adams. Pretty good. Everett will be loving that one.
yeah, Adams had a game, to be fair, but Evans, it looks like it's going to be Evans 1 week, Godwin the next, doesn't it? So,
Oh, bloody hell. His
Evans
first
will
seven
still have his
targets
games.
went to Godwin. I think the first seven catches all went
Yeah,
to Godwin for
exactly.
100 odd yards.
And then they didn't do much thereafter. But I mean,
Yeah.
Evans will have his weeks. I would not be worried with Evans at all. That's just a blip in the line. You know, Harris, he's going to get all. They're going to run the ball a lot. So I think he'll be just
Yeah,
fine
that
as
one.
well. So I wouldn't be overly worried. Just a bad week type thing. And well, I mean, the winning team there, it's you know
Pretty
Chris
impressive.
Brown aside. It's certainly looking good. It's going well, and there is that Prescott on the bench.
Yeah, Prescott. He's got another kicker on the bench, one of the best kickers in the league. He's got Shakira, who always seems to get points at the moment. So
Yeah, he seems
obviously
to be a
Allen out.
target for Allen this year, which is good. Which is, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think though, Josh Allen will start throwing the ball better. He's not he's not started well, but I would not be worried about the Bills receivers in the
Oh
sense that
well,
I think they will all get something at some point along the way.
he didn't
And
actually have
he'll,
to
he'll
throw the
have
ball.
much
That was the
better throwing
problem.
games than that.
James Cook
But
took over the
heck of
game,
a
so he didn't
score
have to
for
do anything else.
Godalming Goats.
Oh god, yeah. And then
And
Sean goes 2-0 as
there,
well.
there wasn't many injuries there I seen, so that I
No, I don't think
noticed.
he's
So
got any actually. Well, he had Njoku was out, but he'll yeah. But he didn't need him.
yeah, well, it lost
So,
him before this week, yes. But yeah, another good one for Sean. What's two? That's two in a row now for Sean and Barkley.
yeah,
I mean that wasn't a good game, and he still scored 24.5 points. So
yeah.
the Barkley owners have got to be sitting pretty happy. Mixon had a great week one. Goes off a little bit week two.
Well, I think he
Pittman
went off
again. I've
injured as
said
well.
I'd
I think he went off
I'd
injured.
be worried about Pittman.
Yeah,
He
Mixon
did, but
hurt
he
his
came back
ankle.
on.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
might
he
not
came
be
back
playing
on
next
though.
game.
Oh, he'll be playing next game. He finished the game,
Yeah,
but
but he went for an MRI
yeah, I
scan.
don't even think he's questionable or anything like
There you
that, is
go.
he? I don't think there's any
There's it.
talk of him missing.
Kamara, 51 points.
Yeah,
That'll
I
do it.
mean, huge. What a game Kamara had. Rolling back the years, 4 touchdowns. Do you know, see in Dynasty 19? I got 75 points for Kamara, and I get 55 points for Josh Jacobs, because we get a point per carry, you know, and Josh Jacobs get 32 points for me just for touching the ball. Without doing anything, just for touching the ball, 32 points.
Yeah,
But
it's a bit crazy with him.
I mean, there's Aaron Jones will do quite well as well, I think, this year now. You know, Minnesota look like they will move the ball. You know, that was a real tough defense we're playing against in the 49ers, and they still got a little bit of something there, you know. So I'd be quite happy if Owen Dan. I've got no shares in him anywhere. But Jones and Kamara in the flex spots, I mean, that's a little bit
Yeah, that's a pretty
scary
good
for
running
others,
back
you
room in
know.
the park. But then remember, Sean didn't have a first round pick, but he had a couple of seconds, a couple of thirds, a couple of fourths as well, I think. So
Oh yeah,
he
yeah.
built
Well,
most of his
you
strong
can
team
see
by the time I got my second and third pick. But yeah, did he trade with
you
Luke?
can see what
I
he's
think
done
it
there
was.
with it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Terrible
he'll
job.
be quite happy there.
What was that?
And
What was
bank
Eckler, Dodo, Robinson. He's got a pretty good running back bench as well, actually. And Whitehall Tigers got 0-2, but they would beat me this week. Joe Burrow, he'll do better.
Yeah, I
Bijan
mean, it's
Robinson, Amon
you
Ra
would have
did
thought
well,
Bijan
and
would
he
have got more
disappeared.
points from the win, you know. I mean, Swift is a big worry in it. 14 carries, 18 yards. I mean, come on,
I know, but he still got 11
that is
points in this
not
one. So,
good. I don't.
yeah,
They
Keon
need to
Coleman
get
will get
Rashawn
more.
Johnson in. It's starting to
But
annoy me now. Of course, I mean that was just the way the game went. You know, it was a blowout, and they started and they run the ball
yeah,
to absolute death. If
but they
that
couldn't
was if
stop
it was
Cook. You might as well
even a
use him.
game, Coleman would have got something.
Yeah.
You
Kyle
know,
Pitts didn't get his touchdown.
it's
White didn't do much.
yeah,
Corley got
White's
his
a
first
worry as
catch.
well, isn't he? Because he
So,
just that's 2 games. White has done nothing now, and that is quite worrying. You know, especially given that Mattison's done a little bit, not much, but he's been better.
yeah.
So that would be worrying me there as well a little bit. Just the fact that
Sean's
he's
got
just
Zahid
not.
on the bench.
He's had 2 chances now and done nothing.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
see, Sean's the highest scorer.
Sean's absolutely flying, and how many? So we've got 3 teams 2-0, and then that'll obviously mean 3 are 0-2 and still trying to go off the mark. And Roddy got
Well, the
off the mark
Solihull
this
Sharks
week.
were,
Bank for Panthers there.
yeah. The
Fraser,
Solihull
sorry.
Sharks are minus 443, but they're sitting in 10th because they've scored 381 points. So they've been obviously closer. They've gone
Yeah, I
just
mean
above
300.
Luke. But
You would say that I would say a decent average through the season would be kind of 180 points a week. So anything over 360, and you're doing, you know, you're scoring fine. You will win. You'll start to win games soon. If you haven't won one yet, and you've scored like kind of 180, 190 points a week, you're going to win one. You've just ran into some big scorers, you know.
yeah. Well, I've got the highest scoring team next week, Gadam and Goats. So that's going to be a bit of a hammer. But yeah,
Yeah, so that's it's a big game for you though, Johnny. It's you know, if you can pull one off there,
a
it'll
fucking
be big for
miracle.
the whole division, I would imagine. And
Yeah, I'm
you
not
know,
counting my chickens on that one.
I know you've got your injury problems now. It's a kind of
Ooh, that could be
hang
bad.
on and hope, isn't it? Hope you're still in it for when they come back, and that's not who you want to be playing against, is it? The 2 known
No.
leading point scorers.
Especially if it's
Stoke on Bengals
especially
are
if it's
running
week
into
3, it
Sean.
means I'll be playing them in week 14 as well, because obviously they play the 3 teams twice. Funny
Right,
games,
okay, so
but yeah,
you've got him twice.
I'm pretty sure that should be it should be.
Oh well.